We have an NHL trade to announce. The Penguins and the Kings have hooked up for a swap of forwards. We'll get into those details coming up next. Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. We review and discuss all 31 NHL teams. So if you're a huge hockey fan, consider subscribing and clicking the bell so you don't miss anything. So as I mentioned off the top, we have an NHL trade to announce and discuss here today. The Pittsburgh Penguins and the Los Angeles Kings have hooked up for a 1-for-1 trade, swapping forwards Tanner Pearson going from LA to Pittsburgh in exchange for forward Carl Hagelin. Now, both of these guys have been struggling mightily this season, and really for Hagelin, it's gone back a couple seasons, in my opinion, here during his time with the Penguins. He's really struggled ever since that HBK line, which worked so well a few years ago, winning the Stanley Cup. After that line was kind of dismantled, he just really hasn't been the same effective player really ever since then. Now, Tanner Pearson's had great success in LA before as well, being part of that 70s line with Jeff Carter and Tyler Toffoli, but this season he's really found it incredibly difficult. He's yet to score a goal so far for the LA Kings this season. If you've been watching this channel for a while now, you're a regular viewer, you probably remember a video I did about 4 or 5 days ago suggesting that the Penguins and Kings very well might make excellent trade partners, with the fact that they're both kind of struggling and things aren't going in the direction they were hoping for, and that they might want to take a look at swapping some struggling players just to give them a fresh start and see if both teams can kind of help each other out. Now, of course, that's kind of exactly what has gone down here. Now, I suggested there could be some other players involved here, but Pearson and Hagelin were certainly names that we did discuss back in that video. Now, a couple of key differences here. Carl Hagelin is in the final year of his contract, and the Pittsburgh Penguins did retain a small percentage of his salary, 6.3% to be exact, to make their cap hits even, because Hagelin was earning slightly more money than Tanner Pearson, so with a small retention, their cap hits work out to be identical. So Hagelin is in the final year of his deal, so the LA Kings can see how things go with Hagelin for the rest of the year, and they're not tied to him beyond that, so depending on how it goes, he very well may end up becoming a UFA afterwards. Now, Tanner Pearson has this year plus 2 more seasons still remaining on his deal that he originally signed with LA. So the Penguins have a little bit longer term commitment here to Pearson, but really if he can get things turned around, he's proven before he can be a very effective top 6 winger. So the Penguins very well might have taken a gamble here, but it very well could pay off. 2 seasons ago, Tanner Pearson scored 24 goals. Last year, he dipped down to 15. And then this year, so far, like I said, so far, he's got none. But if you take a look at the way the LA Kings have been playing, that whole team across the board has been struggling. They haven't been able to score very many goals. So really, I don't know if this is all on Pearson or if it's more of an issue of the whole team. So I guess we'll see if a fresh start in Pittsburgh can get him going. Not sure exactly where he's going to slot in the lineup here just yet. Earlier today, the Penguins also announced that general manager Jim Rutherford's also signed a 3-year contract extension. So the 69-year-old general manager is not going anywhere anytime soon. He's also made it perfectly clear recently in some recent media interviews that he intends on making some changes. He's not been happy with this Penguins team, and he feels they can be doing a whole heck of a lot better, and that changing things up very well might be the answer. Now, I'm not sure that this is going to be the only move out of Rutherford's book of tricks here, but I think it's the first of things that we'll see here as the year goes on. Now, depending on how this deal shakes things up, if things get going in a better direction, he very well might not do any additional trades till we get closer to the deadline. But I do think we'll take a wait-and-see approach, and if things don't improve enough to his liking, I wouldn't be surprised to see, another trade or two to kind of continuing the shakeup in Pittsburgh as they continue to try to get back to their championship ways. Now, as far as the LA Kings go, it very well might be a lost season already. They've already fired a coach. They've traded one of their younger forwards who I think they were hoping would have a bigger role in the team at this point in his career. So it's unfortunate that the LA Kings are not having the season they were certainly hoping for. They brought in Ilya Kovalchuk in the offseason, and while things haven't exactly worked out for the best in LA, I mean, Kovalchuk certainly has not been the problem. He's arguably been one of their top 1 or 2 players, but either way, things are definitely changing for Pittsburgh, and they're changing for LA. Now, LA is getting a forward in Carl Hagelin, who does have a fair bit of speed. He's certainly a tremendous skater, but like I said, in the last couple of years, he's certainly struggled to put up the points. 2 seasons ago, he scored 6 goals in 61 games. Then the following year, he went up to 10 goals in 81 games. And so far this season, he's only scored once in 16 games. So I think he can be a fresh start. Will certainly help him. Now, before going to Pittsburgh, he ended up going to the Anaheim Ducks. And he struggled in his beginning times with the Ducks as well. And then ended up going to Pittsburgh and really got things turned around. So we'll see if this time going to the West Coast treats the Hagelin a little bit better. And if things can work out differently here with the Los Angeles Kings. So I know this isn't exactly a huge mind-blowing trade, but it's certainly a fairly significant deal. I think this is a sign of the times here for both teams trying to shake things up and kind of get back to their winning ways. I do think for Pittsburgh it has a lot more potential upside here than Los Angeles, so we'll see here. Overall, I think longer term, Tanner Pearson has more value than Hagelin. So for right now, I'm going to say Pittsburgh wins this trade, but at the same time, they're also accepting more risk, as they do have 2 additional years beyond this year with that contract. So if he can't get his game turned around, they very well might be regretting this trade here sooner than later. But I guess we'll see. I mean, if Pearson can get on the line here, either playing with Crosby or Malkin or one of those top centers, I certainly think he has a great opportunity to kind of get things turned around and get back closer to that 24-goal scorer he was a couple years ago. As always, I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments down below on this trade. What are your thoughts? Do you think either team has gotten any better here after this move? And do you think we could see additional moves and to shake up the rosters here on each of these franchises as we go throughout the season? If you're new to the channel here, I hope you consider subscribing. We cover all 31 NHL teams, and there's plenty of content here for all hockey fans to enjoy. So if you're new, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up before you leave as well. I'd appreciate it if you did. As always, thank you very much for watching, everybody. We will catch you next time.